What up, everybody? We got a special guest, DIY. He's still alive. He wanted to come in and prove to everybody because,
Barely.
the rumors on the internet and whatnot.
How do I get into this death pool? How do I get in on that?
I don't know if I can let you in on it because would that be kind of like cheating?
Yeah, I need the money. What's the over under? I mean, how many days you guys giving me?
Well, I've been doing it. We got the whole month on there. So if you make it through the month, you're gonna break the pool. So,
well, I don't want to disappoint. So you just let me know. We'll work it out.
You like this new sleeper I got back here? Look at this thing.
I do. What kind of bed is that?
That's a full size bed. I think it folds up. I think that would go up. What do they call that? When a bed folds into the wall?
Trundle bed? No, that goes under the bed.
Well, you know what I'm talking. I can't think of it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Thanks for stopping by today. Special. How you run your business over here?
Straight into the river.
Some people run them into the ground. Some people, they talk like they're killing it, but they ain't really killing it. And then some people just quietly stack cash. And, some people stack it and talk about it. I got nothing against that. Hell, I do that. But how's things going over there?
It's going well. I mean, I might die, from various afflictions or not getting sleep or staying up all night working on equipment, or I'm a big guy and stress, but it's going well. We're a lot of good things going on, but I tell you what, it's a ton of work. It is a lot of work, but it's worth it. You put the work in, keep doing it for years, and keep a long-term outlook and perspective, and someday it will be worth it.
Right.
It really will.
That's what it is. It
don't come easy.
No, you got to stay after it. You was telling me about something that you got rolling on the other side of trucking. Do you care to talk about that any?
I just brokered my first load.
Damn, that's above and beyond what a lot of people ever get into.
Yeah, and it was a success. It was picked up on time. It was delivered on time.
Nice.
And I managed to make $60. So
nice.
We're gonna call that a win. Hey, it's $60. It's you got to start somewhere. You can't kill it on anyone. When you're building something, you don't kill it right away. You slowly over time, and I'm happy about it. Maybe next week we'll do it again. I don't know.
Hey, one thing to have a brokerage, another thing to actually, broker some freight.
Hey, it only took me 10 months to get, to do my first one here, but it's got to be like everything. The time's got to be right. You got to be ready for it. I started it. I wasn't ready for it. I'm ready for it now, but only, it's just kind of a very little bit. I'm not on to going and booking a bunch of loads and putting them on the load board. Right now, it's just kind of for people that I know and I trust. I got trust issues. I'll be honest with you.
I assume your first call after it was delivered on time was to C.H. Robinson to let them know you're coming for them.
Either that or, hey, sorry, I just double brokered your load.
Yeah.
No. No, there's that. And just got 2 new drivers going this week. And that's, takes some time.
How many more than one do you have going over there now?
I don't know. Seems like every day I'm calling the insurance company to increase my policy, but well, I had one of them that we got going this week. He was here, and then he was not here for a while, and now he's here again. So it was kind of a re-getting him going.
That's a good sign when people leave and then they want to come back. You know what I mean? It's like, uh, you know, and, that's something I wanted to bring up in this live show. Because I think a lot of people that have their own authority right now, um, honestly, they should. If you're running one truck, one authority, it may be time to look into leasing on to a good carrier.
Maybe, you know,
Yeah,
I know a lot of fashionable things on YouTube right now. I haven't been making any videos, but I watch a little bit. And number one, apparently, it's very fashionable to bash TQL, which I just booked a load for him 10 minutes ago for $4.50 a mile. So I don't know. And number two, I'm parking my truck because there's no freight. It's cheap, and apparently some people saying they can't feed their family. Yeah, volume sucks. Volume's down a lot. Rates aren't what they were, but I mean, like, it's still good enough where you should be able to run a business on.
yeah. I was talking to a guy that's leased on to you today. And I was kind of explaining it to him that now is the time where it's going to show what you've been doing,
Mm-hmm.
and now is the time where you don't want to be the least profitable truck on the road.
Yeah.
Because now is when you know it's gonna hurt a lot of people. With rates kind of softening up a little bit. And
Yeah.
fuel going through the roof still, and um, you know volume being down. Like if you need 3,000 miles a week at $4 a mile, you know, to make it work.
You never should have needed that.
Yeah, you're in kind of a tough spot, and I know when I talk reality like this, my YouTube numbers are not that great because everybody wants to hear sunshine and rainbows all day, every day.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, I don't do this for the numbers. Like I could get up here and stand in my seat and show my ass and get more
Mm,
numbers than I do talking reality. Let's face it. You know what I
please
mean?
do.
I got them buns of steel. I'm telling you, I could bring it. But uh,
Cracking walnuts.
I mean, uh, when I clap, it hurts your ears. I'm just saying. Like, um, I wake the kids up when I clap, but um,
Yeah.
no, just it's like if you want to get good numbers on YouTube, tell everybody what they want to hear. But I've had a long standing saying, and I need to put this on a T-shirt: is I'd rather you hate me for the truth than to love me for a lie. And it's just how I've always been. I got it from my great grandmother. She'd tell you straight to your face how she felt, and she didn't give a damn who you were. So, and it's not to be mean. It's just I'm not, I'm not here to make, I'm not here to just sugarcoat it and get, a bunch of money off of YouTube because, let's face it. Um, I think telling the truth, is more longevity, than up here,
Well,
showing my
it
ass.
it shows what kind of person you are. You know, everybody's like, I don't care. I don't care. Well, if you really don't care, then you tell the truth
Yeah.
because you're not afraid of what people think of it. You
Right.
know, um, I feel very justified in everything I've been talking about for the last year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
Feel very justified, and I'm perfectly comfortable with everything I said, uh, or everything that I did, because it was all for a time like this. You can sit there and scream it from the mountaintops. People scream back at you. This is the new normal. This is forever. Inflation, freight rates. Um, it's not true. Like, you know,
Well, I think the numbers on the freight will remain like the rate will remain high.
yeah.
But like I've been, like I think probably a year and a half now, I've been saying like
Hmm.
three is the new two. You're going to be
Yeah.
just as profitable at $3 a mile as you were at $2 a mile. Two,
Yeah.
3 years
Yeah.
ago.
And am I saying that this is the end of the world and everybody's gonna fail? Absolutely not. But I mean,
Right.
obviously we all see it's a downturn in trucking. Like, it's gone soft. Like, volume is really low. rates are not what they were.
Right.
It was gonna happen. Things will get busy again. Things will get slow again. They go up and down. It's just,
Yep.
it's how it happens. I mean, it's nothing is forever. Will it stay this way? No, I think it's probably going to turn around. It'll be good again, and then we're even more better off.
Yep.
But I feel pretty good about everything I did over the last 2 years.
The only thing in trucking that you can count on is something's going to be changing. Like it never stays, fuel never stays at this price and rates never stay at this price. And if it did, even contract freight changes every year. It's like even the biggest contracts you can imagine get rebid every year. I was reading a thing. On Freight Waves, where they were interviewing. I forgot. It was like the guy that does the contracts for Home Depot. And they were asking him, hey, if you got a good contract with a good carrier that's doing a good job, why do you need to rebid that every year? And, basically saying, well, competition's good for the market. Like if we just stuck with what we got, like how do we know how good we really got it or how bad we got it? So,
yeah,
it's constantly changing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me hit a few comments real quick, see what everybody's up to. Kelly Patterson in the house. Thank you very much. Trucking with the MC in the house. Drew is in the house. Says, hey, Cash, best flatbed company to train with. I think we went over that last night or the night before, didn't we? People were saying P&S, Melton, stuff like that. See, Great Eights in the house. Thank you very much. Andrew McGlynn says Drew has started with Maverick. They were pretty decent. Okay. The key is you get you a little experience. That's the key to starting out. Both feet's in the house. Nice threads. Yeah, it's look like a suit I wore one time. CJ Hudson's in the house. Drew can't go with Maverick or TMC. I got friends at both. Okay. Clip on tie. Cool Trucking's in the house. Channel member Rory Enterprises. Greetings from Thompson Station, Tennessee. Hey, I know where that's at. There's a guy, East Texas trucker. What's up, all you hooligans?
Who's the real hooligan?
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that like a pot calling the kettle black or whatever they say? I think that might be racist nowadays. I better stop saying that. Let's see. Steve's in the house. What up, Steve? Killian's is in the house. Let's see. Cool Trucking in the house. I think I already said that. Killian's is in Kenosha. Kenosha. What y'all know about that? Steve's in the house in Joplin. Jeff's in Middle Tennessee. There's your boy Gary Bates in the house. East Texas Trucker is in Milwaukee. Grow eyes on the back of your head if you're going to be out there walking around Milwaukee. Just saying. Mm-hmm. Them lot lizards, they are fierce over there. You know what I'm saying? Ain't seen Grafton in a while. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. Who else we got in here? Mike from YouTube, Minnesota in the house. I like that avatar. Joe Gampa's in the house. There's a boy. Fate Trucking's in the house. He gets mixed reviews on a live show. Shoestring Trucker in the house. DIY, are you in Minnesota? I am not. Are you in like the eastern part of the Twin Cities by any chance?
I am not. I'm in the very eastern part of the Twin Cities, I guess you could say.
I used to tell people I'm from southern Minnesota because they would ask me about my accent, and I'd be like, I'm from southern Minnesota.
Deep southern, Tennessee. Albert Lee area.
Yeah. Let's see here. East Texas Trucker with a hashtag damned boy. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm all about the hashtag damned boy. Trucking with Blaze in the house. Let's see. Let's see. Murphy bed. That's what the boy's talking about.
Oh, there you go.
Murphy bed. Yes. Thank you. Daryl's in the house. Peller Trucking from Arcadia. Is that how you said it? Arcadia,
Yep.
Wisconsin. Closing their doors. Wow.
I imagine that Ashley Furniture is probably eating their lunch with all the trucks they got now, being in the same town, hauling all their freight. They haul more than just furniture. They're general freight haulers now.
Oh yeah. Well, Ashley Furniture's got their own like brokerage and division of trucking, and because they bought the western part of Wilson, didn't they?
I don't know, but I've hauled some stuff for their brokerage.
Yeah, they bought Wilson Logistics, the big company.
Mm-hmm.
They bought them like the western, like I-35 East. They bought all their accounts and everything out there. So,
Interesting.
Yeah, taking over. Hey, what is that? What is that? Is that some sort of
an Alice Chalmers avatar, the best avatar on freaking YouTube?
Okay,
hands
I thought
down.
that was.
I don't want to hear another word about it. Don't you dare say anything bad about it.
What's the people that run the world?
The Rothschilds, Rockefellers.
No, they call it the organization.
Trilateral Commission.
Nah.
Illuminati.
Illuminati, yeah. I thought that was some Illuminati stuff he had there.
Oh no, that's straight up Alice Chalmers, dog.
Yeah, I used to run when we logged. I grew up in a logging, dairy farming family. It's a wonder I got any cartilage left in my back, to be honest with you. It was every day lift something heavy till the time you go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
But we used to have a sawmill as well, and the big off-road forklift we had was an Alice Chalmers.
Okay.
And she was a big old joker, lifting logs and whatnot for the sawmill. That was my first experience. Had a big crack in the vinyl seat and no top on it. So when you went out there to load some logs in the sawmill, you get a wet ass every day.
Yeah. You're welcome.
I miss it though. Isn't it funny how you miss stuff like that?
Because it reminds you of what it's like to be young.
Yeah, simple times when my day consisted of loading logs into the sawmill and milking a cow.
Yep.
Let's see here. Gary Bates. I think I already said what up, Gary. This Trucking Life. Oh, new logo. It looks like fancy. Get your own authority and get a new logo. I guess that's how that works. Early run in the morning. Damn it, bye. Grafton. Yeah. Peller, really, yeah, it looks that way. G-Star and
Uh-oh, you froze up. You Spinning Wheel Jones over there or what? Did we lose you? What happened? Can anybody hear me? Maybe it's me.
We back.
Oh, I thought maybe it was me.
No, for some reason my internet just said, "Hey, he doesn't want to be on the internet anymore. Let me relieve him of his internet."
Thought maybe you got your channel taken down.
For what? Doing something I'm not supposed to do?
No, doing something productive.
Oh, yeah. No. 51 in the house. Everybody hit that like button for me. It's a good crowd. I take 51 of the finest over 1,000 scallywags. Let's see. G-Star says these brothers trying to stay, but I'm average 350 minimum clean carrier. Okay. Let's see. TQL wants to DL their tracking app to micromanage. Yeah, I'm not on a TQLO, but I had a broker this morning call me first thing, and I'm like, "Hey, buddy, is the tracking app not working? Because I'm pretty sure I downloaded it and has set it up." And stop calling and waking me up. He says, "Oh, you downloaded? them like you don't know. It was like
Yeah.
as you know, it just it annoys me.
They don't look.
Yeah, I'm like a mile away, and it's 2 hours before the appointment. I think I'm good, but if you want to call, wake me up just to make sure. New channel member, thank you very much.
There you go.
Trucking with Blaze channel member. If you guys don't know, channel memberships pay for the StreamYard here. That's how I do my fancy Murphy bed backgrounds and whatnots, and have my guests like DIY on.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
How much you paying me?
Why? I thought that worked the other way.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. I cash app you.
Yeah. You need to know the cash app. Here you go.
There you go.
Right there. Let's see. So, now, what is the deal with Big Orange? Are you back to trucking? Is that truck just gonna sit there forever? What are we doing?
I move a lot of trailers around here and there, and right now, there's a new mechanic shop here in town that's been doing a lot of work for me on trailers, and I'm letting them use it because they had a spotter truck all lined up, and then somebody yanked it out from under them. So I just leave it there and letting them use it to spot trailers now, and in exchange, they kind of take care of me and get me in for when I need something done.
Okay. The reason I'm asking you is because I had someone send me a Craigslist ad for a 2002 Columbia today. 13 speed, 60 series Detroit. Looked like it had just came out of Ukraine, to be honest with you. It was looking pretty rough. And they wanted $60,000 for that truck.
Oh my gosh.
So
They might get it. I don't know. They might get it.
Yeah, probably will. JH dropped to $5. He found the super chat button. Thank you very much. Says, let's not forget the 4 seasons of trucking. At the end of the slow season, rates and volumes have picked up, and as should in South Texas. Hold your heads up. Yeah. I mean, these fuel prices are going to hurt people more than the rates are right now. Let's face it. If you've got a $3,000 truck payment, and you're getting 6 miles a gallon, that's hurting you more than soft freight is right now.
Yeah, and they're on the climb again. I hate to say, it's kind of climbing up again. So
yeah,
strap it in for that.
Yeah, work on your discounts, work on your fuel mileage. It's all you can do.
Yeah. Shopping constantly for better discounts.
Right.
We're never satisfied. Always looking to do better.
Yep. Yeah, I got a new fuel card the other day. It's not currently beating anything I have, so I haven't used it yet. But I sent $20 and had them send me one to give it a shot. So could be worse. Never hurts to have one in your back pocket. Another one. Dale says $4 a mile with TQL is far better than was luck because they are bottom feeders for sure. I have great luck with TQL. I booked one of my highest paying loads ever through TQL. So, I don't know. Like, I hate how they bug me, but I do good.
It's like anything else, honestly. Let's just point it. It's because it's real. Everybody's experience is going to be a little bit different, right?
Yep.
If you're a new carrier, you started in the last 2 years, they know that. Like, they're not going to pay you. If you've been around a long time and if you've completed 80 loads for them, every one of them was on time and no problems, you're probably going to get a little bit more money. And I'm not sticking up for TQL. It's just, how it is. It goes back to the saying we always say of building relationships. It's not just with everybody, with brokers. I mean, they do keep track of these things. Like, is it a lot of it right place, right time? Yeah. And is the load there or not? Yeah. But also, if it's between me and 7 other guys and we're all at the same rate and I'll have a truck, then it goes to who is got a better service record,
Right.
and a lot of other things. So experiences vary. I've
Yep.
they're trash. They're bottom feeders if you let them be to you. We can just say no and haul somebody else's. Uh-oh, I think you froze up again. You gone all spinning wheel Jones again? There you back. You back?
Yeah. Sorry about that. I don't know why this thing keeps disconnecting me.
I can never tell if it's me or you.
Don't know. Yeah, it's me. I'm not in a very good cell area, but I got my bootleg internet access over here. So
Oh, you pirating? Pirating that interwebs?
maybe, I don't know. I'd never admit to anything like that. It is a crap show over here where I'm parked. I keep watching, man. The state police was over here earlier telling people to stop parking on the side of the road. Like they were double parking on the shoulder.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
And yeah, it's a madhouse over here. Absolute madhouse. Cool Trucking says TQL always treated me fair. Yeah, it has a little bit to do with the individual broker you get too. With a big company like that, there's going to be good and bad in all of it.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, I've found really bad agents at very good brokerages. You just move along is all. Take the high road, move along.
Yeah. Best thing to do, cattle hauling in the house. What's up, cattle hauling? Thanks for stopping by. Let's see, Man versus Road in the house. There's a good channel. Everybody go check him out. Show him a little love. Daryl's got some numbers there. What does that mean?
Those are all Alice Chalmers models. His dad had a 165, a 190, a 200, and a 7050. We had a 190 diesel XT, and we had a D17 with a loader on it. Tractor talk between boys.
Sounds fancy. See, Hunter got 266 a mile out of Pendleton to Cleveland, Tennessee. It was the best paying load in 200 miles. Yeah, I mean, it's what you got to do here lately. I would have preferred a load back to Minnesota, but the fact of the matter is, I took a load just to do something today, like 400 miles for $1,500, and it got me to a little bit better of an area than where I was at, but not much. But at the end of the day, it was money. So that's what I do. I move stuff for money.
Sounds complicated.
It's not really. You
put that on a t-shirt?
They show up, they load it, I should. That's been my motto for like my personal company. That's our motto. Not the carrier I'm leased to, but my personal business is we move stuff for money.
Okay. I know you do other things for money too, but that's your business.
I do lots of things, like they call and say, "Hey, will you do this?" And I say, "I don't know. I do anything for the right amount." I think, come on.
Put some barbecue sauce on it. We'll do it.
I prefer jam, but whatever. AKA Foo in the house. I just learned the other day his name is not FU. It's AKA Foo.
Really?
Yeah, it's Foo.
I wouldn't have thought that.
I follow him on TikTok. Thanks for stopping by. He's got a good TikTok channel. Plays guitar over there on TikTok. If you guys have a TikTok, go check it out. But yeah, I was thinking it was FU for the longest, and no, it's Foo. And he is trucking in Atlanta tonight. Come on with it. Let's see. Nomadic Bread in the house. There's a good channel. Evening all from Schneider's Yard in Corapopolis. How you say that? Corapolis?
I'll let you handle that.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. You
Don't
know
want to
how
step on your toes in
illiterate
your
I
own
am.
live stream.
Yeah. Go ahead. I mean, let me sit here and flop like a fish.
I am.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's what friends are for, right? Acto says, I like blaming myself and no one else. You know, that's a good one. You know, I need another t-shirt. I got one that needs to say, stop making your problems my problems.
Oh, there you go.
You need one of those, DIY?
I do. I'd probably shorten it up. It'd be an FU and then like an F stick in there. Shorten it up.
Stop making your problems my problems. Come on. This Trucking Life is just sub to Blaze. Yeah. I will tell you, Fate Trucking. You can subscribe to that guy if you feel like it. Go check him out. He does mostly lifestyle and hotel reviews, but he does a little bit of trucking.
It's a family channel.
Yeah, there you go. There's a good one. This Trucking Life. There you go. My authority is officially active as of today. Too bad the truck is in the shop and my RRP plates, ifta, still being processed. But good night, y'all. Got to get that Federal Express money. Come on with it. Good
Nice.
job on getting the authority active. You guys go check out his channel. That's like, if you guys ever want to get your authority, that's a good channel to watch because he's going through it all right now. He is in the thick of it. Dale says, if you're looking for a flatbed work, Tim from Gentry and Sons said he was looking for some flatbed drivers. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Let's see. Do you factor in fuel cost, weight, mileage, location when booking loads, or go off of cost per mile? Just starting out and it's overwhelming. You don't know what you don't know. What do you think about, like, what are your key factors when you book in freight there, DIY?
Yeah, I have something to say. Let me, I think he had another comment here. Did you skip one of his comments? I thought he had another one.
What about that one there? I'll look and see.
Well, they kind of go together.
Was it before or after this one?
Can't remember. Okay, so I think there was another comment about, you know, I'm new, what do I do, this and that. Well, you know, and I'm not picking on you, but these things are why I think Cash and I both suggest, like, don't get right into trucking, get your own authority, because you got a lot to learn. Like, and I'm not saying this to you personally, Boss Atar, but like, it took me 20 some years to learn this. Like, you got to put the time and the work in to learn it. Like, it's not my responsibility to teach you this. Like, you got to learn this, you know. So you come in, you know, people come into this right off the bat with their own authority. And why should Cash or anybody on YouTube or anybody else, you know, make it easy for you to earn on the same level that we do after having done this for so many years and learning, taking your lumps and learning it the hard way. And I'm not saying that, you know, to be an ass, but you understand what I'm saying?
No, I gotta say, I would rather teach them the right way to do it than have them booking freight for way less than it should be booked for,
but
and bringing it all down. Like, I mean, that's why I'm on YouTube. Like, I am here to help, you know. And I tell people, come in here and ask these questions.
Okay.
You know, I think it's better for the industry to educate them than to let them, you know, let them flop a little bit. And I mean, I don't know if he's got his own authority or not. There, you know, like just that first part of the question, like, do you What's the
It's
main factor when you book freight? Like, is it like where it's going or
everything, like
right?
everything, where it's going, when it's going there, what it is, how much it weighs,
Yep.
when does it need to be there, when does it pick up? Like there's a million things, but it's like okay, so I guess one of the things like we've both talked about before, like learn freight lanes,
Yep.
right? Learn and I guess I was coming at it from the perspective of going from zero, being not having your CDL, to going right to getting your own authority. Like
And I agree. I
you
agree
probably
with you.
don't know what you don't. He's right. You don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So learn it on somebody else's dime. Learn it on somebody else's dollar is what I'm saying.
Yep. I agree with that.
Like a doctor coming out of medical school being a surgeon does not earn on the same level as a guy who's been doing brain surgery for 35 years.
Right.
And why is
Yeah.
that the guy that's been doing the surgery for 35 years? Why is that his problem?
Right. Yeah. It's
Like I guess I do understand. We help each. I agree. We help each other. We help people, but it comes down to times like this where you're also my competition, right? Whether we like it or not, whether we admit it or not, brotherhood, blah blah blah, all that. We're also competition. And does that mean I'm going to haul freight cheaper than you? No, but there's a lot more to it than that. So,
Right.
I mean, it probably sounds all wrong, and I probably said it all wrong, but whatever. I mean,
No,
it is
we
what
get
it is.
it. We get it. You want to put your foot on the throat of the little guy, and because you're a big fleet owner, and
No, it's not at all. Like,
uh,
you've been in business. You had a different business other than trucking,
right? Yeah, no,
right? And there's days where you absolutely kill yourself, and everybody in this knows has their business. There's days where you absolutely work yourself till you're gonna think you're gonna freaking die.
Yep.
And then it's like this guy here stumbled on something of dumb luck, doesn't even know it or appreciate it, and we're on the same level for a short period of time. It can be frustrating. Maybe that's where I'm at right now.
Right. Yeah. No, I get it. I don't think he's asking though. I don't think he's asking for a secret sauce here. It's like I think he's onto something. Like, what do you do you factor fuel? You do all of these things you're talking about. He's talking about in this comment.
Right.
You factor. You think about the weight. You think about the mileage. You think about the location. You think about where it's going. Fuel cost. I mean, you can ask for more money if fuel's expensive, but that the broker doesn't owe you fuel costs.
Right.
If you go in there and say I got a deadhead 500 miles and my truck gets 4 miles a gallon,
That's your decision.
That's not the broker's problem. But when booking freight, like DIY says, there are so many things you factor and you think about. I don't think one of them's really more important than the other.
But I guess the bottom line is what I'm getting at is like I know the money is enticing and enticing people in over the last couple of years, but still there's so much to learn. Like learn it before you have to pay for it.
Right.
Like you're gonna pay for it with money or you're gonna pay for it with time.
Yep.
Like learn it on somebody else's dime. You can be a company driver and just watch what they do with you and learn freight lanes. That's what I did. Right. And then when you do go with your own authority or owner operator, like you're hitting the ground running.
Yeah. And if you think this live show is helping shorten your learning curve, don't forget, there is a cash out there. I'm not e-bagging. I'm just saying if you find value, it's there. What do they say? People are standing by to take those calls. Hey, you disappeared. What the hell?
Sorry, I'm back. Ta-da.
Is that magic? How you do that?
Yeah, ta-da.
Cattle hauling, glad you're feeling better. That's good. That's always good. Cool trucking, the Bilderberg Group. Yeah, I was thinking of the Illuminati earlier. That's who I was thinking of. Let me see here. Got a couple things happening. Thank you, Fake Trucking. He just hit me with the cash app. Thank you. Scott, I'm not going to say last name. Scott just sent me a cash out. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Can I get a white for me or DIY for $5? You can get a white for me for $5. That's for sure.
It's not all I can get from you for $5. Let's be honest.
Well, I mean, a white's a pretty, that's a pretty timid move. So I'll give him that one for $5. He can watch me do the white for $5.
Okay.
Or I can watch him do the white for $5, but we can't do it together for $5. Let's see. Yeah, people having different opinions there. TQL pays me good with dryvan. Yeah. Sometimes it's just about where you're at too. Brokers aren't dumb. They got that DAT load board. They know the loads in and the loads out too. That's why DIY's got a functioning, working brokerage now, because he sees the value in actually putting that brokerage to work.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, I'm happy for you. That's it's interesting, man. There's a lot of potential there. You start that brokerage, and then if you you don't do nothing with it, it's kind of a waste. But if you dabble in it a little bit, you never know what might turn up. That might be worth more than your actual trucking business one day.
Maybe. Or, well, doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Hey, if you get that brokerage rolling, do me a favor. Do not use 4 kites for the tracking. Please don't.
That is the most non-functioning tracking app there is, I think.
Every time I get a 4 kites tracking, I get like 9 calls on that load. They're like, "Where are you at?" And I'm like, "Damn 4 kites!" Like, there for like a couple months, you couldn't even set 4 kites to track all the time on my phone. It wasn't even an option. It was only when the app was open it would track. So I had to leave the damn thing open and running in the background the whole damn load. Yeah, that thing's a battery killer too.
Yeah.
Let's see. She has an OnlyFans. Who's got an OnlyFans?
Not me.
Let's see. What is that? Heard by Bar LLC was decent.
You go ahead with that one.
Yeah, I'm not very good with some names. Everybody knows that. How much are reefer paying? I'm gonna say $1.05. $1.05 is my guess.
$1.50.
$1.50. There you go. Top bid. See, I'm hauling it cheap at $1.05. G-Starting Houses, yes, DIY. Oh, hang on a second. Let me see if my internet's gonna reconnect.
You still there?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that thing. G-Star says, DIY, you right. It took me a year to $4 or $5 a mile loads from these greedy brokers, especially the big ones.
But, like over the last year and a half, 2 years, you could get that from day one a lot of times. Mm-hmm. It was just the environment.
Right.
It was.
Yeah, it's
and I don't. It ain't there. It ain't the driver's fault. I mean, more power. Great, good, absolutely fantastic. But like, that's not normal. It is so not normal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you got that right. We've been in unprecedented times. We had to stick together.
What was it? Hang together or you hang separately? Isn't that how it goes?
Oh, I was thinking about all the cliche things they were telling us during the pandemic. You know, like it's unprecedented. Yeah, Sheba, I answered your question. Okay, I must have missed it. Kelly Cash, OnlyFans, $1 a view. Oh, my OnlyFans would be way more than $1 a view. To get all this, come on now. Come on now. Let's see here. Nomadic Bread refurbished a 1935 Fordson Standard, a 1945 Ferguson T20, as well as a 1956 Green Goddess fire engine. That's a hell of a hobby
cool.
there.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a hobby. Fake Trucking says DIY is a magician. Yeah, he keeps disappearing, reappearing. There you go. Big Dog Trucker 68 in the house. Channel member. Thank you very much. There's my new channel member. Trucking with Blaze. Now a cashier. If you join the channel, it makes you a cashier. Let's see. Big Dog, I thought you had left the country. What else is going on in trucking these days? Oh, there's a Mark Ely. What's he doing? They're saying rail freight is up 17% out of Cali, and El Paso is dead. Saw a rail train coming by. It was loaded to the hills. Yep, I believe it.
I believe it. A lot of freight is going back contract too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think they're settling into these prices and just saying, okay, we're going to run it back to the contract. The question is are these mega carriers going to be able to keep equipment and drivers to run this contract freight? I think drivers are going to be the factor.
Yeah, it doesn't look promising, does it?
No, because like anytime well, I ain't gonna say anytime, almost all the time when a carrier's running a dedicated run, they want to pay less than OTR. And let me tell you, in this market, I don't see drivers wanting to take no 45 cents a mile to run a dedicated run. It's going to be tough on them. I think if they can't get their puppy mills running again, these big carriers are going to have a problem.
Yeah, I mean everything kind of goes in a cycle. Sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, sometimes they got one up on you, sometimes you got one up on them. Over the last few years, we've had one up on them. It's been a good time to be a truck driver for the last couple of years financially. I mean,
yeah, I said it. I think it was last night in the live feed. I made probably as much as my doctor did last year, and she's got a PhD, and I got a GED.
Sounds like you both got the D at least. Or the E. Sorry,
I'm not gonna say it because my old lady already gives me hell about my doctor. So
okay.
She's an Indian princess. She's wonderful. As a doctor, on a professional level, she's a great doctor. I'm saying. I'm saying I chose her as my doctor because of her amazing record of being a doctor. So
you sure about that? I don't remember. That's what you told me the last time you went to see her.
Is that? I don't remember talking to you.
Yeah, that's because you were in such a daze you don't remember it.
Okay.
You said you like that special way she checks for hernia.
Okay.
Oh,
I hear you. See that? What kind of truck? That's an orange. Is that an orange Schneider truck in my background there, talking to the lot lizards?
It's a Century class, not a Columbia.
Oh, those headlights are easily swapped out. Come on. Red Diesel here. Oh, man. Red Diesel says, I got one. How about this? DIY, how's this sound to you? $6,800 on 2450 on the miles, Ohio to Washington. And 11,150 for the 8 days.
Hey, it's not bad work if you can get it. That's
Right.
sometimes I don't normally run west, but sometimes you got to change strategy to keep revenue up. I couldn't agree more.
Yep.
Could not agree more. Tough times call for, decisions to be made. Sounds like you made the good one.
Unprecedented times and all. Daryl with the $20. Come on with it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. much appreciated. Cool Trucking says DIY needs a Mr. Good bar. We can make that happen. I can eBay some Amazon. I can eBay some candy bars and have them sent over. 201 Monolithic, I believe so what you say there. That's how you say that. Says, I hope no one here bought one of them 800,000 mile, $75,000 Cascadias. It's about to get bumpy. It possibly could. What was it today? A buddy of mine was looking at Lone Mountain, and an international Lone Star, that like pointy hooded looking thing. 800,000 miles on that truck with a Cummins and a 13 speed. 800,000 miles for 80 grand.
What?
Yeah, that's
what were those
now.
Peterbilts? What were those fancy Peterbilt? I forget the company. The ones with all the lights and stuff that you showed.
Yeah, those Hurricanes.
Yeah.
I don't remember how much those were. They were like 500,000 mile trucks. I think they were
180, like I think I remember.
Yeah, 180. Yeah, 180.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I'd hate to get pinched in that squeeze. You could never get out from under it.
Well, it's like here with these 800,000 mile Cascadias. You better hope at 800,000 miles it's already had injectors done. You better hope it's had the emission system done, because at 800,000 miles you got some big time repairs coming on top of a 75. I mean, let's face it, if a truck's got 800,000 miles on it, would you finance it for more than 2 years?
Wouldn't want to.
I wouldn't want to do it for maybe 18 months, honestly.
No.
So let's do some quick math and say, let's say you break even on a down payment and all that, and you finance, let's say 70,000. Let's divide that by 18 months. You're looking at $38.88 a month.
On a truck with 800,000 miles on it?
Yeah, $4,000 a month, basically.
That's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. You're going to hit 1 million miles before the truck's paid off, probably.
What, 18 months? Yeah, you're going to be right at 1 million, I would think, because you're going to have to run some miles at a $4,000 a month truck payment.
Yeah.
You can't go ice fishing for 3 weeks. I guarantee you that.
Oh, jeepers. Come on now.
Damn karma. I hit my head on the international freaking head buster right here. Instant karma. Betty White is sitting at the yard right now. We had a corroded wire connector, $500. She's back at the yard. She's patiently waiting my return. Trying to think of a name for this truck. I think Duh is the name of this truck.
Dud Hemsworth.
It's just Duh, big red truck. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't gonna be in her long enough to really name her, so I think I'll just leave it. Adco with the $5 super sticker. Thank you very much. Everybody share this live feed out. Everybody needs to know this stuff. This is trucking business. Me and DIY are here to share some knowledge and to help people as much as we can. We're not here.
Speak for yourself. I'm just here to bitch and complain.
All right. Now, we're not here to teach you every little in and out of the trucking industry, but if you do have a question, this is a good place to ask it.
Yeah.
Excuse me while I wet my lips. As you can see, I'm out here at the truck stop, living the life. What do you know about those Falcon camera systems? Because I'm telling you, man, people are running me off the road right and left these days. Like, why can't a guy pass somebody? Why can't a guy pass somebody and stay in his own lane until he gets around me?
Yeah. I don't know. One of the guys over here has that Falconer system or whatever it's called. Haven't put it on yet. Works great sitting in the shed, but we'll get it on. No, we'll get it on.
What's the return on investment when it sits in the shed?
I mean, there's a time for everything. We'll wait till he's down for something else. But
right.
I'm a big fan of the idea. I've never had one of those Falconer systems personally, but they look great. Like, I think, in today's society, everybody trying to sue each other and this and that and lying.
Yeah.
Hell, even like freight claims and stuff or everything. Like, it's a great idea. I think,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
no doubt.
I think the whole system was like $1,800 or something like that, which is it's a good amount of money. Uh oh, we lose you again. I gotta take a second here and sign this rate confirmation. Well,
all right, yeah, my internet dropped again. I had to jump out for a minute. We back. Yeah, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do.
No, we're right.
Hold your business up. If you want to mute it, we can watch you do business.
No, I'm right here. I got it. I've been sitting on it here for a little bit, filling it out. Well, I've been waiting. So there we go.
Gotcha.
There we go.
It's just that easy, guys. It's just that easy. But yeah, I got ran off the road the other day. And the reason I bring this up is, so normally, you're supposed to stay in your lane, and I had a lady on the phone. She drove for the Charger company out of Canada, Charger, whatever. On her phone, goes by me, and we go around a curve, and she doesn't realize the road is turned, and she's just driving straight because she's looking at her phone.
Oh,
I literally, in my driver's side steer tire was on the rumble strip. Like, my whole truck was on the shoulder, and I wasn't going to go in the dirt. I said, hey, I'm going to let her hit me before I go in the dirt. Laid down on the air horn, and finally she woke up and got back over in her lane. And, I caught back up with her, and, just laying on the horn, and she was still on her phone after all of this, still on her phone.
Oh, my God.
And I guess it was her husband or boyfriend or somebody was in the sleeper. And he heard all the air horn, and I guess he got up and he was over there flipping me the bird, both hands. And
you should have been knocking that phone out of her damn hand.
Exactly. It's flipping me off.
Pay attention.
I love it. They flip me off because they almost ran me off the road. I'm like, man. But yeah, I wouldn't leave home without a dash camera these days, man. I know everybody says it, but
I saw a lady one time, and this was before the hands-free law. She was on the phone. When we were in a weigh station, she was on the phone. They stopped her on the scale. They're trying to tell her to pull around for an inspection, and they pulled both of us. And we were sitting there, and she's in the lot, wouldn't get off her damn phone. The DOT guy's outside her door trying to get her attention and talk to her. She wouldn't even look at him. She wouldn't get off the damn phone. And he looks at me, and he shakes his head, and he gave me the get out of here signal. And I'm like, oh, she's gonna get it. She gonna get it, and she
Oh,
probably gonna get out and read him the riot act.
you can only hope, but yeah, dude, I was so mad that I got flipped off. And what I should have done is I should have just stayed in the right lane beside them and made them miss their exit. But, that's not really.
Did you call in their company?
I tried. When I stopped, I did get their trailer number, and I tried to call their Canadian company when I got stopped, and the phone number on Google said I had to have an international calling plan to call their number. So
What?
yeah, they were. It was a company called Half and Half was the name of the company, and they were pulling a Charger trailer.
Sorry, it's funny to me.
Yeah, and they were so professional. They had an international LT, and they literally had a piece of paper printed out that just said half and half, and they had like 50 pieces of tape holding it to the door. And then yeah, half and half. I was like, yeah, can I have half the road, half and half?
Yeah, can I have half of my lane?
Exactly. Mark Ely's on knows what's up. He says hit that like button. Got the Rusu Travels in the house, channel member. Thank you very much. Good evening, Cash. Always a good time for business lessons. Appreciate it. Yeah, I got a special guest DIY here. If you guys don't know, he is the #1 video on YouTube about getting your own authority. So if you are interested in authority, trucking authority, having a carrier, let me hit all the buzzwords here. DOT authority. Go look up his video. It is how many views has that video got now?
I have no idea.
It's got to be close to 1 million at this point.
No, not even close.
He is the trucking encyclopedia.
No, don't say that.
Um,
I'm a cranky old man today. I'll be honest with you. I'm like a freaking I can't find my Ben Gay. Like I didn't take my Geritol this morning. These kids need to get off my lawn. A whole bunch of cliches. I'm an old codger today.
Hey, I know what'll make your day. I got a VHS, one of those 6-hour VHS of nothing but Matlock. I'm gonna send that over to you.
Thank you. I needed that. All right, hold on.
It's from the good years, back in the 80s.
Let's take a pause. I'm gonna reset. And scene. Okay.
All right, now I'm going to bring you back in. I'm going to try to trigger you real quick with this. Let's go. Come on.
Go ahead.
This guy, Basarai, I don't know. I'm horrible with names. Sorry. Says, I don't have my own authority. Planning on working under someone else for a couple years until the economy gets better. I just want to get ahead so I don't get left behind. So there you go.
Well, then there you go. I assumed wrong about you, and that's a great plan, and
yeah,
that's probably going to work very well for you.
And my suggestion would be find a carrier that will talk to you about the loads and why they're booking certain loads, and that try.
Incidentally, I do that.
Yeah.
Now, for the guys that work here, they get all of that. They get everything.
Yeah.
They do. Ask them. Or don't.
I will. No, I'm calling them right now. No, I know 4 or 5 of your drivers. I talk to them all the time, and yeah, it's a good way to be, because especially if you're coming from a place where you've never booked freight before, I think a good dispatcher will talk that through with you and want you to know why they're booking you certain freight. Like this load today that I ran, the guy calls me, he says, hey, I know you want to get back to Minnesota, Wisconsin, but there's just nothing paying worth a damn coming out of Massachusetts coming back. And he said, I do have a load that's running down, to Pennsylvania, and 400 miles for like $1,500, and it takes you from Massachusetts to Pennsylvania. I'm all for it. I'm like, you don't have to explain it to me. I understand what you're doing. You're setting up for the weekend, and that's what a good dispatch knows these things. Tommy Cash in the house with the $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Says that didn't look like Kobe beef. Joke. How did that burger treat you the next day? Yeah, I would assume that probably had like one quarter of a tenth of an ounce. You know what I mean? Like they're probably for $6 a pound. There's not much Kobe beef in that. That's just regular old beef with just enough a little pinch of Kobe in there so they can say it was Kobe. But it was really good. It had a really rich flavor to it. Like the fat was just different. Like you could tell it was a different type of fat than just regular hamburger meat. It was, it tasted, like I said in the video, the meat tasted like it already had salt in it. It was just a different flavor. And I don't put it on a bun or nothing. I just eat that hamburger straight out of the pan, and it did well. I loved it. I had another pound of it this morning or yesterday. Maybe it was yesterday morning. Yeah, I had sausage and eggs this morning. But yeah, I bought 2 of those. They were really good. I think for $1 more a pound, I might do it again. That was just one of those things. I found it when I was buying groceries, and I was like, "Yeah, it's interesting. I'll give it a try."
What's the difference between the Kobe beef and the Wagyu beef?
It's just the way it's raised. It's what they feed them. It's what It's how they treat the animal. Just stuff like that.
Is one treated one treated very poorly? The other one's treated very well?
No, they're both treated very well.
Okay.
One drinks beer when it's young, and the other one, drinks water.
Mm.
Let's see. Kelly says Nevada Trucking and Trails has a Falcon system. Yeah, that's what got me interested in it. That video he did. He did a very thorough video of it, and I really liked that. You want to run the show for a minute, DIY? I gotta go take a leak like crazy, but I don't want to end the show.
Yeah. Where are you going?
Okay, I'll be back in a second.
Where do we go? Oh, Joe. Will his video say, "Don't ask me, learn it for yourself"? Missed the part where I owe anybody anything. No, it doesn't say that. It doesn't. Update in the Western Express saga. I'm currently in Nashville, where we have a terminal that had to pay for parking because they're paving the terminal's parking lot. You have to pay for a parking spot at your own trucking company's terminal? Is that what you're saying? Is that real? Cool Trucking. One of the guys I listen to. I've been driving for 44 years and we never quit learning. Well, thank you. I'm not perfect. We have good days and bad days. Hey, that's what it is. Fate Trucking, do you use your ELD to do a split log? I am new and trying to learn. Thank you for your help. Yeah, if you have an ELD, depending on which one you have, there'll be a split log feature on it. If you have Keep Trucking, you just swipe to the, swipe left? Is that what it is? It brings up the screen on the right, and then you just hit split sleeper. You can do a 7 and 3 or 8 and 2, and then the longer of the 2 breaks has to be uninterrupted sleeper. Although I hear some of them that it will give you a split even if you don't do that longer part in the sleeper, which isn't surprising. David Bryant says less burger talk, more business talk. Get your cheeseburgers later. It's always a good time for a cheeseburger. There's never a bad time for a cheeseburger. Cash is out behind the trailer right now, watering the grass. He might be. Cash doesn't do that, believe it or not. A lot of people say they don't do that. He actually doesn't. So he probably went all the way in the truck stop. No. Okay, David Bryant, no, they just won't let us park there. Okay. All right. Don't forget the sody water. Drew Irby says, "Man, I love these lives. Learned so much." Yeah, there's plenty to learn. Absolutely. Am I at the end of the comments here? I want to go back. There's something I wanted to find and try to talk about. Oh, Shub Adan is a freight agent for a multi-million-dollar brokerage right now. Well, that's pretty cool. Good for you. So what happened? Somebody was saying something about somebody got canned on. Oh, JD Jeff, what do you think of the guy that got canned on Sirius XM? Just found out who got canned on Sirius XM. What happened there? Like that wasn't is Howard Stern still on there? Well, he wouldn't have got canned. Uh, yeah, everybody, make sure you join the channel as a member. I'm having a hard time seeing the comments here. Oh, Kevin Rutherford got canned.
Yeah,
What did he get canned for? What did he say? Oh, did they cancel him? Was it a cancel culture thing? Is that what it was?
No,
I hope not.
I
That's so
think,
stupid.
I think they're just thinning out some of the people that they're paying a lot of money. And
You think he gets paid a lot? I have
yeah,
no idea. Really?
yeah, they put him on ever since he went to the morning on there. Um, you know, there was another guy I used to listen to on there, and they got rid of him because they had gave him a nice contract, and then when that contract was up, they was like, yeah, no more. So
So what you're saying is, if SiriusXM comes to you offering you a bunch of money, turn it down because they're about to fire you.
it might be your last contract. Just saying.
Hmm.
But yeah, sorry I had to step out there, guys. I went behind the trailer and took a leak.
Oh, I was just telling everybody you don't do that.
I know, I was listening. I had you guys
Okay.
in my pocket.
Oh, he got fired for racist statements? Him? Really?
See, I thought they got rid of him because of his contract was up for renewal, but yeah, that'll get you canned these days.
Wonder what he said. I haven't heard that show in a very long time.
Me neither. Let me look it up and see if I can find why he was Kevin Rutherford fired. Yeah, I'd searched that a couple weeks ago.
Then JD says no, something a senator said. Did he? Oh, I wonder if he just repeated something about giving protesters trucks to others. Oh, he must have commented on something a senator said. That apparently there was some senator that said they should take these trucks from these people that are protesting, take their trucks away and give them to others.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he commented on that and probably got a little colorful, and that was probably it. You can't dare say something negative about about our royal family. Jeepers, why are these people protected so much? They're morons.
Yeah, it says he made remarks that included the notion that severe bodily harm should come to the congressman.
I mean, at a certain point, somebody comes to try to take my truck away and not compensate me and do an illegal act on me, they're going to get punched in the mouth.
Yeah, since when can a congressman go around spouting off, but you can't say anything bad should happen to him? I don't know. Yes, to me that sounds like some fruity tooty cancel culture stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Nobody says Vlogs. Did you get my text today? Did we miss Trucking with Vlogs? I think I missed a bunch of people.
Yeah, you missed we missed a whole bunch, but that's okay.
Yeah, there he is. Listening while driving, getting 6 miles a gallon by driving like a grandma. There you go.
When he says driving like a grandma, does he mean he's got his boobs tucked in his socks, he's wearing a diaper, and he has his dentures out?
I thought he meant he had his hair in rollers and a plastic bag over his head.
Yeah, with a plastic cover over the couch, over the seat.
Right. People always say that driving like a grandma. You know, it's funny. When I was a kid, like 5 or 6 year old, my grandmother had a Ford Maverick with a 302 and a 4-speed, and
Oh, grandma was a
she
badass.
she liked to chirp the tires to get us to laugh. You know what I mean? Like it was
My
good
my
time.
gra- my grandma chewed Copenhagen and always wanted a kiss.
Yeah, I had a grandma that chewed the tobacco that came on a rope.
Mm-hmm.
She'd take her pocket knife out and cut a big plug off of it. And every time, like on her birthday, me and my dad would go get 2 20-ounce bottles of Pepsi and a couple bags of chewing tobacco, and that was her birthday present. Pepsi and chewing tobacco.
Well, back, your grandma was probably about the same age as mine. Well, back then during the Depression, it wasn't really socially acceptable for women to smoke, but it
Right.
was more than acceptable for them to chew. So they did. Some of them just never quit, I guess.
Now, my great grandmother used to keep a little can of snuff on the mantle, and after a long day of doing the duties around the house, she'd pack her lip full of snuff and sit there and rock the chair all afternoon. But yeah, that
Well,
that was these guys that chew these little pouches, man. I'm like, my grandmother chewed the real stuff.
yeah,
Like, go get you a can of snuff. That's like powdered tobacco, man. That stuff will turn you green.
yeah. Yeah. It's hard to keep from accidentally swallowing it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, that pouch is a godsend when you're doing that. Let's see. Stavros and House says, will you keep buying high mileage overpriced truck with almost 1,000,000 miles with dropping? Oh, who will keep buying high mileage overpriced trucks? Yeah. These truck prices. A buddy of mine today was talking about upgrading trucks, and I told him I would. I got a moratorium on buying a used truck for at least 3 months right now because with fuel prices hurting people and the rates kind of softening up a little bit, and I think that's a seasonal thing with the rates. I don't think we're in a Great Depression here. I think even the greatest the stock market runs, you got to have a dip here and there. And that's what my grandmother used to say. You got to have you a dip every now and again.
Mm,
But I think these $80,000, 800,000 mile trucks, they don't look so appealing as they did a month and a half, 2 months ago when fuel was $3 a gallon and rates were $5 a mile everywhere.
right.
The appeal is gone. As BB King would say, the thrill is gone. Um, so yeah, got to be careful. Cool Trucking says I was paying $6,000 a month to pay off my 41,000 Cascadia. Yeah, if you can afford it, that's how you do it right there.
Well, that's smart. He took full advantage of the situation.
Yep.
The situation was the money was there, and had some debt, and congratulations, knocked it out, knocked
Yep.
it out of the park. That's how you do it, right there. Good for
During
you.
during the rough parts of 2020, and you know I had a couple months where I didn't want to make that double payment, because I was making double payments. But let me tell you, I got my title back in November, and especially with freight, softening up right now and fuel prices going up, hella nice to not have a truck payment right now. Like,
Hmm.
so yeah, way to go, Cool Trucking. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. When it's good, you get it, and then you can rest on that a little bit when things are not as good.
Yeah. When it ain't good, you make it.
Meet, mother truckers. I believe he's referring to your background, is he not?
Yeah. 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 He's a man of a certain age.
Yep. Fake Drinks says ice fishing is better than what I'm doing now. Teach a man to fish, feed him for life. Teach trucking. Some same man wants to roll down the window and drive the truck into the river. Yeah. You know, there's one of those guys that, I get angry when I see how much money he's making because I'm like, uh,
Yeah, but you can't. He definitely put the work in. He put his time in, man.
oh yeah, he was born on third. Come on. Oh, man. He got that secret DIY playbook. You know what I mean?
Apparently, I don't share that with anybody.
I'm just giving him a hard time. It's one thing to show someone what to do. It's like you can teach a man to fish, but just because you teach him to fish doesn't mean he's going to put the line in the water. You know what I mean? He ain't going to sit there on a frozen lake all day and.
Just because you teach him to fish doesn't mean he can ice fish, right?
Right.
For 3
That's
weeks
what
at
I
a
was
time.
trying to say. AJ, your 14-hour time runs out and you are in the dock. What do you do? Well, if you've been in the dock for more than 2 hours, you can split log that if you've got somewhere else to be. If you are done for the day, what I would do is I'd slap that bad boy in PC and go find me a safe place to park.
Yeah, exactly what I do.
But do you? Ain't no hate, no shame in the game. Let's see what we got here. Oh man, my computer's running super slow. Did you get back to work, Fate? Yeah. Has he put out a video since he went back to work?
I don't know. I believe so, but they're still
Oh,
vacation videos, I think, aren't they?
yeah. I think he's still putting out vacation videos. Let's see here. Boy, this computer, my internet is super slow here. This truck stop is packed. I think all these truckers watching their adult videos are jamming up my bandwidth here. I'm about to go around and beat on some doors. Say, you're in the devil's playground. Get out of there. Fake Trucking says, yeah, he's back to work. There we go. There you go. Atco says he PC to park. That's what I would do too. Barry says, is it much fun to share lanes with Cash is King? He's special and all that. Yeah. You got to watch it. She was all up in my space, dog. It's all about personal space out here these days. She was definitely not 6 foot. She was not social distancing. AJ says, if you've been at the dock at least 2 hours, run a split. There you go. Everybody agrees. Currently doing that. Okay. Let's see. Split log it. AJ says, sorry, new to this, not sure what PC is or a split log. You need to talk to your trainer about training because if you're doing a job and you don't know what those two things are, I hate to say it, but I think you may have been improperly trained. What do you think, DIY?
I stepped into a mouse in the rat trap last time I answered a question like so.
Come on.
Yeah, definitely. It's an important topic. So go to your carrier and say, hey, I need you to explain this to me.
Yeah.
It's too important not to get it right. So go, they got, you could pull out the FMCSA, the green book, and just read the rule, as it is written. It should explain it to you. Otherwise, definitely say, hey, boss man, I need you to help me out with this. And if he don't know, then you're in real trouble. But
then it's the blind leading the blind.
Basically, you can PC is personal conveyance, and split log is you can split your 10-hour break into 2 different segments. You can split it a couple different ways, but personal conveyance has rules to it. So make sure you're following those rules.
Very well put. That's why you are the encyclopedia of trucking.
I'm not.
I challenge any of these scallywags that think they know how to run a trucking carrier to know what you know.
Into the ground. Run it into the ground like me.
I don't know about all that. Some guys get the they get it, and then they flop like a damn fish out of water, and some guys grow it, steadily and slowly and methodically, make things better over time.
Time. That's the thing that I was trying to explain. It's like time. Time, like, don't say time heals all or time fixes all, but you learn a lot over time. Like, experience. Like,
Well,
I don't know.
Some people do.
There's no guarantee that I'm even doing it right or gonna make it. Like, maybe I didn't put enough time in. 23 years. There's a lot of guys that been doing it like way longer than me. Like, waited way longer than me. Like, maybe I didn't even do it, put enough time in. We'll see. Things will tell. But
yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, some guys have 20 years of experience, and some guys have 1 year of experience 20 times.
Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Like, I think, and I see that on YouTube, with certain people, they got, and also, like, you can know everything and not do a damn thing with it. That's another thing.
Yeah. Like applying it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it is, you just got to jump and learn to do certain things, but some things are too important to screw up. Like, having your own authority, like, you can get in a lot of trouble. There's a lot more than just getting your permits to go and trucking. Like, you have a lot of responsibilities, tax wise, different reporting and stuff like that. And that's a lot of that stuff you will only pick up over time. There's nobody wrote a book on it. There isn't, as far as I know, there's no book on it. Especially, back before YouTube, and like I always say with Paul, sometimes you're wrong. I've done things wrong. But some people can't recognize something they did wrong and change. Like, I've done a lot of things wrong. Just the next time, it doesn't mean I don't try it again, but then the next time, we don't do it that way the next time.
Right. Like the Art of War says, a good general always has a plan, and he's always able to adjust that plan accordingly.
Yeah. And sometimes it doesn't matter what your plan is. Circumstances sometimes outweigh you.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, if you've got 100 soldiers and the other side's got 1 million, I don't think your strategy's gonna, what I mean? Like, you ain't got enough bullets, even if you could get them. It's just sometimes that's how it works. David says, sorry, I know you read this comment when I was in there. He says, less burger talk, more business talk. Get your cheeseburger later. See, here's the thing about cooking and living on the road. That part is a huge aspect. A lot of truckers don't understand. I try to show how to cook and survive on the road and be cheap in your personal life, because it will affect your business. If you eat out 3 meals a day and you spend $15 a meal, and then you got to get a pack of cigarettes and all that on top of it, you're what? You're $50 a day into this. The burger talk is important. I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go. Cash is out behind the trailer. I try not to whip it out in public very much, because you never know who's recording and when they're recording, and you never know what these truck stops. There could be a church down the road with a school in it, and then I'm 500 feet from a school with it, hanging out in the weeds over there, and You know, I ain't trying to be on no list. I'll just be honest with you.
You're on enough lists.
Exactly. That is not the short list I want to be on.
Plus, you're just advertising a good time.
That's true too. You know, when you know, it's like flashing a Rolex downtown. You know, it's like someone could come take advantage of you.
Like
you know,
pulling up in a Ferrari.
exactly. Okay, we went through all this. Drew says, "Man, I love these lives. I learned so much. Thank you very much." Agco says you sound 500% better.
I was feeling like $1,000,000 on Wednesday, and then I spent the last 3 days outside in the cold and wet, and kind of got me going again. So
yeah. Basseries, I'm gonna say that's Bassery maybe, says, is there a software you can keep track of everything like QuickBooks, or more so for maintenance, on-time delivery logs, etc.?
I don't know of one that does all of those things for trucking. I'm a big fan of spreadsheets. They can kind of stand alone, and then if you want, my wife does this because I'm not that good at it, but you can tie them together. You can bring one spreadsheet into the other one, the totals or whatever.
Right.
I kind of like spreadsheets, to be honest with you.
Speaking of Kevin Rutherford, he's got all kinds of software for stuff like that, keeping track of maintenance, you know, bookkeeping.
How come he gets to charge for it? We gotta give it away for free.
Well, you don't have to, but
No,
me personally,
we can get paid for this.
Well, I thought you were paying me, so I know I am.
That's true.
You know, but I personally just like a Google Sheets. You know, like a Google's version of Excel sheet. I use that for my maintenance. You know, I just whenever I put something new on the truck, I add it to it.
Yeah, Google Sheets. A lot of people like the Google Sheets. I'm not very tech savvy, so I just stick with my Excel spreadsheet.
And I use Trucking Pro, I think is the name of that software. Trucking Pro, to keep track of my you know, money. So seems to be doing pretty good. I gotta be honest with you, I'm so far behind on it, it's not even funny. Like,
see that? Okay, so that kind of goes back. I guess another reason why I do the spreadsheets. I was told, somebody smart told me years ago, like, if it's too complicated, you won't do it. So do something very simple. And like when I said share my spreadsheet with some folks, they're like, well, you could add this, you could put this, you could put that, or have this do that. And I'm like, it's going to get complicated that you're going to dread doing it. It's going to get mundane, and you're going to be like, I got to do this. If you just make it very simple and give you very pertinent basic numbers, you probably won't look at it that way and dread doing it, and then you'll do it. Somebody told me that, and I did it, and I'm like, yeah, I get that.
got you.
And I think some of these commercial softwares kind of get that way, where they're like overly complicated unnecessarily.
That Trucking Pro doesn't seem too complicated. It's just
okay.
Just, you know, it's more of a laziness than anything.
Okay.
You know, taking the time. I'm old school. I like writing it down on paper with a pen, and
you know me, I still got an adding machine.
Hey, I hear you. But yeah, there you go. That's some good information for you. Learning a lot tonight. Thanks for the questions. JD Jail says trucking business and beyond. That's right. It's Kevin Rutherford.
Can we be trucking BS and beyond?
The beyond means you know, murdering congressmen, apparently.
See, that's okay. I saw the comment, like, you can't threaten a politician or president or congressman. I get that, but like sometimes I feel like you can make a statement, Like, so I'm just making, like, I'm not doing it. Like, this person should be taken out and shot. Obviously, that's an expression, right? You didn't say, I'm going to do it. You didn't say, like, you're not encouraging anybody. You're using an expression. It's not a
Yeah.
threat.
Yeah.
Or did he say, like, this guy should have his ass kicked? Like, we all say that.
Right.
It's not a threat. It's just a statement that, like, this guy should have his ass kicked. It's not a threat. They can twist your words any way they want to fit their agenda, and that's not right either. That's just as wrong as saying something if you did say something wrong. So
Right. David says the split rule just says you have to have a combination of off duty or on duty for the 2 to 3 hour period, and the 7 and 8 has to be in the sleeper for a legal split sleeper.
okay.
Yep. Let's see here. Some comment. Yay. Okay. Don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Jimmy the Greek moment on Sirius.
Oh yeah, Jimmy the Greek said something stupid years ago about somebody, like, was it a football player? No, that was Howard Cosell. I don't know. Yeah, he said something stupid about an athlete and got his ass kicked off.
Okay. Yeah, that happens from time to time. Let's see. Now with my loud ass reefer and the rain coming down here, I want to up my volume a little bit. Let's see. Trucking California with Locks. What's up? Jerome Jones in the house. What up, Jerome Jones? 60 in the house. Everybody hit that like button for me if you could. Much appreciated. Will Bond's in the house. Says keep it rolling, everybody. Thanks, Will Bond. Let's see. Will Bond says that's the Spirit Cash taking a leak on the catwalk. Freaking classic. Yeah. I like to perch up there like a gargoyle, and just let it go. The way I look at it, they wouldn't have made that steel wouldn't be graded, if I wasn't supposed to get up there and pee.
That's right.
It'd be solid metal if I wasn't supposed to be up there.
That's right.
Let's see. You can't threaten, though. Yeah, I'd like to see the exact comment he made because, that's one of those things. But Sirius, they got bought out by Pandora or something, didn't they? They bought Pandora. It's becoming a very, PC type of situation over there. I'm just, I don't know. I feel like they got to keep track with the rest of the world. You got to be perfect or you got to go.
Yeah, that's a whole problem with social media and media in general and all that crap these days.
Let's see. Boy, that got loud all of a sudden. My reefer turned off and the rain slacked off. And oh, here we go. Barry says, damn it, boy, the congressman felt a certain kind of way about that. Flexed his muscles. There you go. I'm surprised anybody's listening to Kevin Rutherford these days. Well, I guess they're not now, but hey, Gam, he probably do better with a podcast anyway. At this point.
Isn't it hard to monetize that?
Not when you got Pittsburgh Power in your back pocket. I don't think it is.
Oh.
You know what I mean? He's got friends. He should do that. DIY, don't read my comments. You might get banned from YouTube. There you go. Let's see here.
Ain't the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Missed some. Let's see here. Tommy Cash, $5. Wasn't anything learned from Don Imus rant on the radio? Yeah, he was talking about them girls that play basketball over there at Rutgers, wasn't he?
Oh, Connecticut, I think, wasn't it? Yukon?
Yeah, it was Rutgers. He had him a senior moment over there.
No.
Might have been Connecticut. I don't remember. Hell, that's been so long ago. And I only know that because I used to listen to Howard Stern, and he used to rant about Don Imus all the time. Back before he became the Hollywood interpreter, all he does is interview Hollywood people now. Tony says doing live plants for Home Depot. Broker says first come, first serve. 8 to 1,700. Store says appointment is 10:30 tomorrow. What's my chances I get unloaded at 8 a.m.? I say 50-50. 50-50.
We've done several of those loads. I've never had to have an appointment for those nursery loads.
Huh.
But maybe that particular store is a bunch of jack wagons.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe they're like a staffing thing, where they only bring in a certain amount of people for that. That's the only thing I could think of. AJ, $4.99. Thank you for your help. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Who you got in the background there?
From Saturday Night Live. That's the ambiguously gay duo.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that wouldn't fly these days if they tried that.
You don't think so?
No. I think a certain crowd would get upset with that because they're making fun of certain people, and they'd have that thrown right off the air.
Well, I don't want to get you demonetized, so I'm going to change it. I don't want to get you for hateful or bullying or whatever. I like this one better anyway.
Hall and Oates, right there it is. Cool Trucking says did 60 all day today, 9.5 mile per gallon on a light load. Come on with it.
Nice.
That's where you ought to be these days, man. I'm telling you, that looks good when a paycheck rolls around.
Yeah, it does. So what is that? 5 miles a gallon. $5 a gallon. 52 cents a mile for fuel. Well, that really cuts that fuel cost, don't it?
Pretty damn good, looks like, to be honest with you. Let's see. Channel member Big Rigger 61 in the house. Thanks for being a channel member. Says, what up, Cash? Glad to see DIY back from the deathbed. Yeah, we filled him full of antihistamines, amphetamines, and all the other means we had, and we drug him up out of bed, and here he is.
It ain't over yet.
Defying the death pool. David says, Grandma Snuffy don't get her no lip unless your chores are done. Yeah, Grandma, she wasn't playing, dog. I'm telling you. I chewed for 25 years and quit in 1997. Yeah, it's a good thing to do. It's a good thing to do. It's illegal to threaten a sitting congressman, let alone the president.
Well, get him to stand up.
Hey now. Fake Trucking and watch it now. DIY may make your check disappear. Yeah, no doubt. Like I said, there's Queen Gibbs in the house. How's life treating you? Bye, guys. Nice to watch and learn. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Ollie's in the house. As I'm spending $2,600 now on gas a week. I used to spend $1,500 on my Freightliner Classic Detroit. Yeah, about double.
Mm-hmm.
I used to run out east and back on about $1,100 worth of fuel, and now it's like $2,000. So,
wow,
that's the world we live in now. So, woe's me. Historically, you did good if you spent about 25% of your earnings on fuel as an owner operator. And not so good at times, or maybe when you had a truck that didn't get such a good fuel mileage, you spent about a third of your money on fuel. We're kind of getting back in those areas now, it seems like. So, no more 10% fuel cost.
Yeah, man, I remember back in 2020, I think with discount one time I paid like I got down to like 99 cents a gallon on one of those tanks of fuel.
Yeah.
I mean, freight rates were in the toilet, obviously too, but
Now,
thinking back,
what's that?
that was like only 2 years ago.
Yeah, late 2020, I think was probably some of the best trucking for me. Fuel was like $1.80 a gallon. Freight was like $4 a mile. Yeah, it was
pretty good year. Gotta say that.
Pretty good. Like the first part of 2020, maybe not so much, but boy, let me tell you, when like June and July rolled around, it started getting good.
Can we go back to that?
I wish. David says, I was 13, 1997. You be quitting and driving longer than I've had a license. Yeah. Barry says, fake trend, he'd be spending too much time in Texas with the pirates. Yeah, wanting to drive in the water. Yeah, exactly. Put her in the river. He talking about the Rio Grande.
Mm-hmm.
See, Shannon Thomas, good evening all. Long day. Yeah, it's been a long one for me too. What major truck manufacturer do you guys predict will call it quits in the next 10 years?
Oh, that's a good one.
None of them, I think. They might be changed or bought, or brands are so hard to get going these days, in my opinion, that no one wants to get rid of a brand. AOL is still around. It's like,
yeah.
When you've got brand recognition. I was thinking today, driving this International with a Cummins, and I was thinking to myself, back when Navistar was having all these problems with the Max Force engine, you wonder why they didn't just buy Cummins.
That's no small nut to crack. Cummins is a big company.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's small. I'm just saying, like, at least the road part of the the road engines part of it. But I mean, look at Freightliner bought Detroit. Of course they had Daimler and all that going, but I don't know. I'm not saying it would have been easier to just flip a switch, but yeah. It just makes me wonder why Navistar, flipped and flopped with what they were doing so much. I know they tried to bring Caterpillar in and engineer some stuff for them. So, who knows? Who knows? Let's see here. We just read that one. Where the hell was I at? What was I doing? Oh, there it is. East 60 Trucker was born in 1997.
Youngster.
Yeah. Quick Trip is Shannon Thomas Trucking's favorite truck stop. They got fresh foods. Yeah. Stay out of that bakery if you're anything like me. Lord have mercy. I could live in that bakery. Let's see. Kelly, evening everybody. Yeah. Taco Tuesday. Love the Quick Trip. Yeah, it really is a good truck stop. I wish they'd do more of those. Didn't you say they built one of those in Illinois?
I don't know if they built it. I think it was a come and go, wasn't it? Or something, and they remodeled it. It's in Rochelle. It's the same exit as the Loves in Rochelle. You just go north instead of south.
Yeah, on 88.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never go over there. That's an expensive road.
Well, you can get to it without paying a toll.
Yeah, but then I got to double back. Like,
it's like 1 mile, you chiseler.
Jeez, what am I?
Hey, there's cherry turnovers in there, right?
Ooh, that kind of shut me down. I was gonna make a smart ass comment, but yeah, you got me there.
Yeah, I got you there.
You got me there. Love me some flaky croissant with icing on it, with some apple or cherry filling. Yeah. Shannon Thomas Truck says, also there's a million YouTube videos on PC and split logging. That is a true statement. That's a good resource. Thank you. I'm not a driver, just interested in learning. Okay. We thought you were actually stranded at a dock there, AJ. he was not in a real predicament. So there we go. I'm at a quick trip myself. Wish we had these down south. Yeah, there you go. They need to expand that very fast. They do. Cool Trucking. I know I never wanted to be a babysitter. Yeah. I think Quick Trip is they're more worried about being more densely located in the Midwest than expanding outward. Yeah. I think
their headquarters is over by La Crosse, Wisconsin, and they are very proud of the fact that they buy as much of everything that they possibly can locally. Like their milk comes from Wisconsin. Their obviously their bananas do not, but as much as they possibly can is sourced locally. And you start spreading that out, you might be diluting. Plus, it's a private company, they're expanding like crazy. But I imagine, money's money too.
True. Yeah, I was gonna start a banana farm in Minnesota and sell them bananas, but
do it.
And the more I looked into it, the more I was like, yeah, I don't need a banana republic over here in Hennepin County. So
come
on with it. I asked Siri, explain trucking to me. She replied, ask DIY. Damn right she did.
He won't tell you. He'll tell you figure it out your damn self.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that when I get off the phone. I'm gonna ask Google, how do I do trucking, and it'll probably bring up your authority video. Let's see here. I don't know. I'm about out of energy. How you feeling about it?
I was when I woke up this morning. So, but I'm okay. I mean, give me something to talk like. So let me reset my brain. You wanted to talk about trucking business? Give me. I got nothing off the top of my head. Put something out there. Somebody put something out there. I'm dying over here. I got nothing. I'm low energy. I'm ruining Cash's live stream. I'm destroying my boy's channel. Help me out. Throw something out there.
Oh, see, when I offered to bring you on, I was expecting you to carry this show. I was going to sit back and just collect the super chats.
Oh, you're going to starve, dog. You're going to starve.
So, in this truck I'm in, underneath the box, the previous driver has about 4 bottles of liquid moly fuel treatment.
Not a fan. Molybdenum's a solid particle. Solid particles are abrasive. Plus, I don't know. I'd have to look at it. You'd have to know what else is in it. I don't like oil fortified with moly, and if the fuel treatment is anything like that, I don't like that either.
Good to know. So in this truck I'm in, it said it had it threw a little thing up on the dash the other day. It said water detected in the fuel.
One more. We've been fighting that battle a lot. I had a friend with a Kenworth that just could not get rid of that. And I don't know if it's a fuel quality issue. There's too many sensors on these damn things sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you were out on the road and you had a thing said you got some fuel in your water, because it's more water than fuel these days.
Yeah.
If it said you had some fuel in your water, well, what would you be looking to do?
Fuel in my water?
Yeah. It's more water than fuel these days.
Oh. I don't, it's happened so much, and it throws so many false codes. Well, who knows if they're false or not, but and you can see if there's water in your separator, you drain it out, and the water kind of globules to the bottom. You're not seeing that. I mean, I kind of see it as a false alarm, or there's moisture built up somewhere, or I had a driver that every time he got a truck wash, that damn sensor would go off.
Ah,
The plug or some wiring or something was bad. Just kind of, honestly, more often than not, I dismiss that anymore.
okay.
It's cried wolf so many times. Doesn't mean you shouldn't check. You should absolutely check and check. Drain some out of your Davco and see if you got a bunch of water in there.
Just drain it straight out on the ground.
Catch it in your mouth, taste it,
Well,
swish it around like a fine wine.
I figured diesel comes from the earth, so putting a little bit back ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Yeah, one for you, one for your homies.
Let's see here. Trucking business. As far as handling what you can of trucking business, and which a big part of that is the freight you haul. Are you seeing your customers change their rates any right now, like your direct customers?
The one I deal with the most, no. In fact, they're still willing to come up some, and volume has dipped on that. So partly because that freight is somewhat seasonal, it tapers off. What year did it start to taper last year? This is we're coming into April. End of April, in May. May it'll really start to taper because they start running out of inventory because it's produce basically.
Right.
So from May to October, when the harvest comes in again, it'll be kind of slow, but we do have the opportunity because two out of the three have farms in other states that they ship from. Once the product is done here, they'll have opportunities out of Florida, Michigan, Colorado, Ohio, California. So that presents different opportunities. And it's about time for them to be bringing in seed potatoes. They should already be here, but there's some tailing in yet. So there's some opportunity for those. So the volume is down, partly because of that, and then partly because I talked to one of them yesterday, and she's like, orders are down. I'm like, okay. I get it. So no, they have not reduced rates on me.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I was kind of wondering about that, how that's going to, how that works when freight slows down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're still a fan of direct customers, I guess.
I think I always will be. I don't think there's any talking me out of that.
Right.
I've not. Okay, it was downside of it. Yeah, when I could get $7 a mile for a similar load in a similar lane last year. Okay, maybe yeah, that was a downside. I mean, I was still doing really well, and we still pulled some of that. But right about now, I have no regrets. I have zero regrets. In fact, I want to do more of it. Is my thought. Definitely want to do more of it.
Okay. JH says, let's talk about preventing freight claims. If your broker disappears on you, you'd better stay under that load, even if it's one pallet. That's a good topic for trucking business, is freight claims.
Yeah.
Now,
incidentally, you're absolutely right. As much as it sucks, and as much as they're going to get mad and be pissed and cuss and swear, and rightfully so, especially if it's not your fault. Like if they ship, extra pallet or whatever, or if they run their forks through it, leave it on your trailer. Yeah, you have every right to be pissed, but you still got to handle it properly. You still do. And if you're the authority holder, you sign everybody likes to talk about the rate confirmation. Well, you got to go back to the master contract that you signed when you agreed to haul for them and see what stipulations are. You have rights, but you also have responsibilities. And I mean, you got to see it through. You can't just cut and run, throw it away. I mean, plan on paying for something if you do that, but That whole situation sucks. Nobody really wins. All you can really do is make sure you don't come out worse off for it.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah. I had 10 rejected pallets or 10 rejected cases on my last load. And, turns out it was the same product. It was just under a different number. One number was different. I guess they had changed something about the product and they wanted to, reclassify it with a different number. And they didn't let the receiver know they were going to do that. So, it made me miss my next stop because we had to sit around there and send 50 emails back and forth, and then the beauty of it is the receiver and the broker are talking to each other, but I'm not getting involved. They're not letting me know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I go in there after an hour and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, we thought you left. And the broker's like, they already took it off. And I'm like, no, they didn't. Like, I'm sitting here looking at it. So communication is a big part of it. To prevent freight claims, you got to let everybody know what's going on. Never, ever leave a shipper, in my opinion, or a receiver with any OSD. You got overages, shorts, or damages. You never leave there unless the broker knows and understands the situation.
Yeah.
That's a big one too for me.
Yep. It's a crappy situation. You're gonna pay somehow. You're gonna sit and wait or whatever, but just get through it. Grit your teeth and ask for money. Obviously, if they make you sit overnight waiting for a solution or sit for a couple days, they're damn right you're asking for money. Like, that's just a given. If it was your fault, maybe you're a little more forgiving just to see if you can get out of something. But if it's not your fault, you still have to deal with it. But we want money for that.
Right. And I always look at it like this. I never try to get too upset about it because I look at it for the big picture. It's like if you handle your business properly, maybe, I think it'll come back to you in the future. Maybe
It
not
does.
Maybe not even from that broker, just the fact of you did the right thing, and it gives you confidence in doing the right thing.
Yeah, and you're gonna lose your next load. I hear all the time, I lost my next load. I lost $4,000 on my next load. Yeah, you did. But if it can keep you from paying $55,000 for that load on your trailer that they're trying to still figure out if it was because your reefer didn't keep it cool enough, or if something was wrong with the product. Yeah, that's what we signed up for. I mean, sadly.
And don't lose sight of the fact that it doesn't happen every day too.
Right.
Like keep in mind that every type of business has some breakage. I mean, if you own a dollar store, somebody's going to steal a little something from you. Something's going to break. Like, you're going to have some breakage, in any type of business you got.
Yeah. Plus, I've found with claims and stuff and damage, it's all how you handle it. Like, if you're a great communicator, man, you got pictures before they ask for it.
Yep.
You got signatures before they ask for it, descriptions, product codes. It can go, a lot faster or pretty well. Plus, it's all in the brokerage you're dealing with too. Like, I'll go back to it. There's two click and goes that I absolutely despise. Is that if they might be great, but man, until you have a problem. But when you got a problem, man, you got a real freaking problem. And I'll just say it: it's Convoy and Uber.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with the load, you might have a real freaking problem because they don't understand the people you're talking to. They don't care. All you will get from them is, I will escalate your problem.
Yeah.
And that's all you're going to get until such time as they choose to say something else.
Because they're not in trucking to facilitate freight moves. They're in trucking to learn these lanes so they can run automated trucks around. That's what they're doing. They're gathering information. They don't care about moving freight. They're in it for the data.
When I have a problem with a load with C.H. Robinson, I call my rep, and it is solved very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
C.H.
They
Robinson
solve problems. That's what they do.
Right. And they're in the business of moving freight. They're not in the business of collecting data.
Yeah.
You know, like, Stavros wants to know what's your thoughts on diesel fuel additives. We just talked about that just a little bit. Diesel Clean versus Lucas versus Stableline, House, and Hot Shots. There is about 10 gallons of, or 10 half gallon, whatever that damn house is, you know, the anti-gel in the box on this truck. And I'm just thinking, like, you know, if that guy would have just bought like 4 bottles of some fuel ox, he'd have more room in his side box.
I don't like any of the ones you mentioned. They all have fillers in them, and some of the fillers are not, you know, number one, they're harmful to the environment. And number two, some of them are not conducive to lubrication. They're not good for things.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, Fuel Ox or the Pittsburgh Power one, and even the fixed Pittsburgh Power one has fillers in it. So that leaves me with Fuel Ox, and plus I've used it, and it works good for me. So.
And
oh, and you can get 15% off if you use my promo code DIY Semi.
That's right.
At fuelox.com. 15% off every order.
I would say it probably saved me like, you know, on average $20 to $30 an order. You know, typically once a month I order 2 bottles of the fuel catalyst, and I typically save, you know, $20 to $30 a go on that. So
you know, $100. Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say a couple $100 last year I saved on that.
Yeah, something about that I probably don't talk enough about is that company is very proud of being environmentally friendly. And that was never really that important to me. It's like the older I get, like there's a big gray area between being like a tree hugger and being just evil, I'm going to dump arsenic in your water type person. Like there's a lot of in between there.
Right.
And I kind of find that like the older I get, I care more about that because number one, when I was young, I played with a lot of bad chemicals that, you know, probably didn't do me a lot of good over the course of time here. And maybe it's part of some of the problems I have. It's becoming more important to me. And like their products are so freaking non-toxic that, you know, I care about inhaling freaking bad chemicals now. Even I used to work where I worked a lot of sulfuric acid. And I think that's part of the problem. I have problems with my lungs, but it's more important to me all the time. Whatever that makes me, you know. And it's nice to know that they care about it too.
True that. Kelly says moly is a soft particle that liquefies under temp and pressure to be an viscous liquid.
Yes, but it is still a particle.
Oh man, Jerome Jones, sorry to hear that. Had a friend pass away. That sucks.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, man.
That is a bummer. Sorry about all that. Easiest way to get rid of a fuel spill is a lighter. It's true. It's true. Let's see. Dave's in the house trying to learn about the industry. Been watching some freight waves. Much of this is Greek to me. What does tender rate mean?
Does he mean Tinder date?
Yeah, I was thinking to say tender date means when you swipe right and the other person swipes right, and then you meet up at the Taco Bell and have relations in the back seat of a car.
With a bean burrito.
Yeah, after eating some bean burritos.
No, I think he means tender rate. That's the dollar amount that is tendered to a carrier to haul the freight.
Yeah. And it does not stink up your car like a tender date does.
That's right. Or a
just
mean
to be
burrito.
just to be clear. David had 3 divorces and freight claims sound worse. Woo!
Oof. 3 divorces sounds expensive.
Yes, sir. George says power service is the best. I used to like power service until I started using fuel locks, and there's not even a difference. I mean, there's like,
They're not the same product. They're
yeah,
They're not
that's what I'm
like
saying.
the only one similar to it is the Pittsburgh Power Max Mileage,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that
I
one
didn't
is
mean to
about
say there.
half as concentrated.
Yeah, I meant to say there's no comparison, not no
Yeah.
difference. Yeah, the power service to me, it just like, it's a cetane booster. It's
And
it's
and what they use for a cetane booster is a drying agent.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, no, it's night and day. Like what I see with the fuel locks, it really is. Um, so yeah, appreciate you dragging them out of obscurity over there in the military marine world and bringing them into the trucking industry.
I tell you what, it's the more their stuff I use, the more we like it. Scott's been using it, and I started doing it. Obviously, but I don't drive that much. Been using that spray lube on the fifth wheel. Liking that a lot better,
Okay.
especially in the wintertime. Your fifth wheel frees up, don't latch. You're gonna have any of that. 'Cause you don't have all that grease caked up in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just dump a tube of grease on mine all the time. I'll have to try this. Yeah, every time I unhook, tube of grease.
There you go.
My front drive axle is as slimy and as well lubricated as ever, and I mean the housing, not the actual insides. Um, I like to come in high and just scrape her clean.
Put it on your drive shaft and fling it on the back of the cab.
Yeah,
See how high you can get it.
That's what I'm saying. My front drive axle housing is just as that some bitch won't rust for 100 years. I mean, it's rust proof as rust proof can be. Kelly says, "What's power service?" Power service is the diesel clean. That's the brand that makes that you see in the truck stops. The white jug. That's the anti-gel.
I thought that was your porn name.
And the gray jug, you might as well be pouring sand in your fuel tanks if you're using that gray jug, right?
I don't even know what the gray jug is.
Diesel clean, power service diesel clean.
Oh. Okay.
Might as well be pouring 100 grit sandpaper in your fuel tank.
I don't know if I've ever used that.
I used to use it. I mean, you do notice a little bump in fuel mileage because it's a cetane booster.
Okay.
You know what we're talking about? Diesel clean, the gray jug.
Yeah.
19 years of driving, I've had maybe 12 OS and D. Yeah. I don't have them it depends on the shipper. I got one shipper that I use a lot to get out of Minnesota, and they do a lot of mix matching, and if they have to unload something and reload it, they're going to crush a box. I guarantee you they cannot load a truck with someone else's product that doesn't get just mashed. I had my last delivery yesterday, had a tipped pallet on it. And, it's because they got 50-pound cases and they decide to just, throw 10 extra cases up on top of a pallet. And it's like, well, you added 500 pounds to the top of a pallet. Like, those bottom boxes probably not rated to hold an extra 500 pounds. So, it happens. It happens. Power service is diesel additive. Yeah. It prevents gelling and cleans injectors. Yeah.
The cleans injectors thing. I mean, if there's a test that shows it, obviously it's good. But like, I had a time to take that blindly. Like, if we ever pull their injectors out to see if they cleaned them. And we
Yeah.
checked to see what they were like before that. We put them on a bench. It tests the spray patterns. You know what I mean?
And
I don't like that claim. I don't even claim it about fuel locks. You know what I
no,
mean?
it's to me it's one of those things. Those injectors are such a tiny micron size, of fuel that gets through there. It's like, people think of a dirty injector as a common thing. If an injector is stopped up, it's pretty noticeable. Like, it's not like, you go in there and spray some scrubbing bubbles on it and they go in there and, do their thing, like, I don't know. It's hard to think like just running some additive through there cleans your injectors really well, but that's just me. Let's see. Ashley McGee in the house says, I want to give that spray lube a try. Is it edible? I think Ashley McGee needs an edible lube. I'm just
Not
thinking,
edible, not edible, but non-toxic. If you get it on your skin, you just rub it in.
Oh, okay. What about any type of skin?
Hey, what you do in your sleeper with a wire brush and some kerosene is your own business.
Oh, wait. George must have connections over to Power Service.
Drop your promo code, George. Put your promo code in there.
Drop your promo code for that. Red Bottle called 911 that you carry in the winter. Fuel Ox has a product that you should carry in the winter that's it breaks up that gel, doesn't it?
Yeah, that heat bomb.
Heat bomb. Yeah, that heat bomb. Let's see. When I got my truck, it would surge about 50 to 7,500 RPM at idle. Smoothed it right out with the old Fuel Ox. Come on.
That's one of the things I noticed mostly with my Series 60. Yes. Absolutely.
All right. JH wants to know, what's your thoughts on the OTR diagnostic tools?
You mean this handy dandy thing right here? We got was it 1, 2, 3, 4? 4 of the drivers in the fleet have this now. This one has obviously not been taken possession of yet. Really like them. Very handy. I don't recommend you get a freaking code reader or a reset tool or whatever and go playing mechanic. But it is, dang it, that green screen don't like this. It is nice to know what's going on. Perhaps there's an occasion where you need a forced regen. This can do that. Minor problems, if you can clear it. Anything important still needs to be taken care of. I don't think you should use this to hide a problem or ignore a problem. Let's put it that way. But if something ticky-tack, or if you just need a forced regen and can't do it, hey, if it can keep you off a tow truck and get you 5 more miles down the road to the shop, I like that. Very much like that.
Those things are getting about the same price as a tow bill these days, though, aren't they?
They're like $600, I think. Oh, have you paid a tow bill lately?
Yeah. Freight Trucking was telling me like $500.
Yeah, that was the cheapest tow bill I've ever heard of.
With a tip, yeah. Now I'm just playing. Does that work on my Avalon? Because that code reader that I got for my Freightliner,
yeah,
that one I bought for the Freightliner, it works on the Avalon. You believe that?
Yeah.
Cool Trucking says if an injector's clogged, you will notice a big miss. Yeah. It's not like an injector's something that.
Yeah, you can also notice fuel dilution because it can make that injector stream instead of spray.
Yeah. Freight Trucking says, can we go back to burger talk? Hey, we can always talk about burgers. What's the best kind of cheese to put on a burger, DIY? Like,
are you kidding me? It's cheddar.
Hey, I just wondered. I thought maybe you was gonna say Swiss.
How dare you? How dare you?
I thought you was gonna say Swiss. I don't know.
Not a big Swiss fan.
You like stinky cheese?
Not really.
Fate's back in the house. I thought he had something to do today. Nope, in Ohio.
Oh, go back one. Go back one with
Yeah,
both feet.
I'm getting there. Off topic. I get someone to cover some loads for me, and my customer pays me. I pay the guy I get. Does that put me in a broker position? And hang my butt out there legally intrastate short hauls?
Yes, that is an illegal activity unless you have a brokerage. So, assuming that you're saying like your authority and he has his own authority, you're giving him a load. If he's like leased on under your authority, that's no problem. I guess I don't. I assume you're talking the other way, where like your direct customer gives you a load and you have somebody haul it for you that has their own authority. That is an illegal act without a brokerage. So yeah, be careful about that.
Yeah, unless he pops a sticker of your numbers over his numbers and y'all sign a contract where he's leasing on to you. There'd be some legalities there, but if he's running his own numbers, then yeah.
Yeah, you would be brokering freight without an authority.
Yeah. Subsequently, he could give that freight to you, and you could broker that freight to his buddy.
For a small fee of what, 60%?
For a nominal fee. Well, I know. Well, wait a minute. I know how you brokers are.
No, he can't give that freight to me either. He can't even give that freight to a broker. He can give it to nobody. If that freight is tendered to his carrier, it must go on a truck with his carrier's MC number on it.
Okay.
Now the customer could tender it to me, and then I could broker it to him.
See, I'm glad you finally brokered a load, because I've been waiting to say this for like 10 months now. You brokers, let me tell you about you brokers. You son of a...
Do it. Come on with it.
Yes, sir. Y'all thought these 3-letter brokers was bad. You ain't seen nothing on a DIY broker. Hey, I
broker one load, and right away I'm a bad guy. I'm one of them.
I guess DIY is a 3-letter broker now.
There you go. I need an app. I need a click and go.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. With both feet, yes, you are original contractor. Buck stops with you. George Wilson, if your driver is lugging the engine, that can plug up injectors and burn a hole in the crown of your pistons. Come on with it.
Among other things.
Yeah. That's why I say auto transmissions. Change gears for you, no lugging. Let's see. David says $500 for a tow sounds more like just the tip. Hey-o.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. He had to massage that price, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Or did he massage the tow truck driver?
Well, hey, come on. Family.
What do you think? That was the tip. It wasn't money. It wasn't monetary.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it family, family friendly, because you know how the kids watch this show. I'm
driving it right to the gutter.
At 9:30 at night, I pull a really good demographic, like the 18 to 23-year-olds.
Really?
No. I draw the Matlock crowd, honestly. George Wilson says Pepper Jack.
That's not a bad one.
I can't argue with that. What about a Monterey Jack? Come on.
There's worse things you could do.
Yeah, I agree with both of them on that.
I'm a fan of multiple kinds of cheese on a burger at one time.
I'm not against that.
As long as they're not opposing. Like, I'm not an animal. I'm not going to put Swiss and then sharp cheddar on there at the same time. I'm not going to do it. I'm not a savage.
Right.
If you want a cheddar, then you want an American, throw some cheese curds on there. We can talk.
You ever put shredded cheese on your cheese curds?
I have not, but now I am damn sure going to.
Yeah, I seen a place serving cheese curds, fried cheese curds with shredded cheese on them, Wisconsin style. They said. Richard Pierce, In-N-Out, best burger. I don't get the appeal of that. I'm sorry to be anti In-N-Out burger. It's a good burger, but I'm not waiting in line for 7 days for one. You know, I lived in San Diego for a year, and I went there a few times, but it's kind of like eh. Let's see. Kelly says you check out my bison burger on the other channel, 18 wheel chef. Yeah, you guys drop links if you want to, so people can check it out. But I think I'm about ready to wrap it up there. I got to be up in
Go one more. We got to talk about something.
What?
One more comment.
You're wrong, DIY. It can be trip leased.
Yes, it can, but it is not that easy. Trip leasing, it's not. You cannot run under more than one motor carrier at the MC number at the same time. Nobody does it really anymore. It would be complicated. It's not even worth doing. Like you can only have one MC number at a time.
Yeah.
So technically, can it be done? Yes, but it's nobody's going to go through the rigmarole.
Roll the window down and drive it into the gutter. Come on. Yeah, I mean, there's ways, but Faye Trucking says 80-20 split plus 35% broker fee. Great idea. Yeah, DIY, he's a broker now, so he should be treated as such. Don't give him too much information, number one, because you know he'll only use it against us. And just watch out, because DIY is a broker now. I'm just letting you guys know.
Wait, Cool Trucking. I'm not trying to argue with you. When you break down and you have someone recover your load, it's a trip lease. Same thing if a company overbooks themselves. I'm not arguing with you, but you cannot do that. You cannot have somebody come and recover your load. The broker has to retender that load to that carrier. If that broker tenders you that load and you give it to somebody else like that, recovering a load, that is an illegal act.
Yeah.
The customer or the broker has to retender that load to that carrier.
Yeah.
That's not a legal trip lease.
Now the carrier can send another one of their trucks to come get it.
Absolutely.
Same MC number.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Well, it's I have had to deal with a situation like this.
Richard Pierce says you must not know much about In-N-Out's background. I'm just going solely on the food. Like, it's not bad. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, like, I'm not waiting in line for 5 hours for one. Blasphemy. Okay. Like, it's not a bad burger, but I'll be honest with you. Nobody cooks a cheeseburger like I do. You know what I mean? There ain't, fast food burgers are fast food burgers. What about blue cheese?
Yeah, that works. Blue cheese works.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of blue cheese either, so probably wouldn't work for me, but I could see it. Go read my other statements. That's what I said. Okay,
maybe we missed something.
Yeah, I probably did.
So one more thing. So a carrier can give you loads if they have a brokerage. Like so nobody anymore gets their brokerage under the same MC number as what their carrier is. They used to do it like that. So I used to trip lease from a carrier who had their brokerage and their motor carrier under the same authority. So when a customer would tender them a load, they had only one MC number for each, so it would come to them. Then they could give it to another carrier because their brokerage and their carrier were under the same MC number. Nobody really does that anymore. Nobody that's smart does it. Like, you separate them. So most companies that have a brokerage and a carrier, when they do business with a company, they ask the customer to tender all loads to their brokerage, and then they give the loads from their brokerage to the carrier. Everybody thinks that's because they're doing dirty acts. Yeah, some are. They're using that method to cut the rate, before it comes to you. But everybody does that. The smart ones just do it because then they can take that freight and broker it out and give it to somebody else.
Yeah. This is true. All right, that's 2.5 hours. I'm out of here. Appreciate it. Everybody go check out DIY Semi, the encyclopedia of trucking. I'm gonna
wait, one more thing. Double
Yeah.
brokering. Then isn't that double brokering? No, double brokering is only when one broker takes a load from another broker and then brokers it out himself, which can be done legally if you have an agreement. But you can take a load. Well, we'll leave it at that. That's basically what it is.
All right, I appreciate it, DIY. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. Thanks for all the super chats and all the channel members stopping by. Sorry if we didn't get to your comment. We'll do this again real soon. I like when DIY stops by the encyclopedia truck and bringing all the knowledge. Thanks, everybody.